Hey there, Taurus. This is Joy with Joy of the World, here to take an intuitive peek into the energies going on around you. Friends and subscribers, welcome back. And if you're new to this channel, you can click that subscribe button down below. It is free as always, and YouTube will notify you anytime I post new videos. All sorts of new content coming out, brought here to you, right to your phone. Okay, ET phone home. All right, Taurus, so let's do what we want to do. First, let's get an affirmation coming on in so we can set our mind, set our intention. At the top, I have the courage to be the happiest, healthiest version of myself. Having that courage, that heart, Taurus is of the heart, but it's also of the head and the hands, the mind, all coming together, getting you on the same page with yourself so that it brings in that pleasure that you are so desiring. Synchronizing with a little bit of that Chironic read the other day. I'm ready to accept and receive miracles beyond what I have experienced. Very much going along with that reading. Okay. So I am ready to accept and receive miracles beyond what I've ever experienced. Okay, so Taurus, let's go ahead and we're going to jump into your tarot. You're doing this a little bit differently than the other signs. Let's see what we've got going on for Taurus to step into those miracles, into them abounding, that pleasure, that joyousness, not just the love for the greater good of the world. That is beautiful, but also your personal benefit as well. Because what benefits you benefits us all if it's true. Okay, benefit is true. Okay, that's not just the advantage. It's knowing our whole self, our true self. Okay. We have a bit of Gemini energy coming on in here. So some of you may be on the cusp, your birthday. And then we have the 6 of discs. So I'm hearing, turn the beat around. Love will make it happen. Turn it upside down. You're wanting to, can you feel it? So what I just did, these are energy sessions as well, because as we set our mind, where we set our mind, our intention, the energy flows. Okay, wherever the head goes, the body follows. So it was coming in like this, and these two energies seem to be in opposition to one another. Like maybe what you've seen, experienced through your eyesight in this world is way different than the vision that you have for yourself. So let's get these in place so that we start with our own vision, and then we begin to see that manifest in our world. That's the fruit that we will see coming in. How about that right there for you, Taurus? You're like, yes, girl. That's why we want to start there, and that's how we bring in the miracles beyond what you've ever experienced, because you've been living out of your eyesight as opposed to your vision. I do want to get a color card in to support that. At the bottom, we have the rainbow. Connect to your spirit in nature. I would say connect to your spirit of nature. Connect to your natural self. Beginning to know ourselves. That's a lot of the conversation that they have going on here at this channel, is that releasing your desires, speaking them out, not like letting them go like, oh, I need to do away with this. No, literally releasing them, speaking them like your breath, you know, like when it's cold, the fog and the mist come off your breath. Letting it out. Let it out. Give a shout. We had a trio coming on in here. Peach, indigo, and yellow. So peach is 19, which leads to a divine one. 9s are always these endings. They always return us back unto ourselves. So returning unto your true nature. I love that, because the peach is showing up in its many forms, in its essence, in its concentration, and into its fiery passion. Talk about some juiciness up in here. So doing away with the judgment, with the mundane, with things being slow, and you're talking about bombardment. Okay, we might find out more about that. So now I'm putting these two, the judgment and the disc, where there's room for this. The peach is coming in to support the judgment card of this release, of this divine release, of this bringing in to the center of who you are, to land into your truth, to come into your truth. And you're talking about your true reward. Well, with indigo, we have 40 of improving your vision. How interesting. How interesting that that card comes in, of moving from just mere eyesight, which is how the eyes see, into the vision, which is how it communicates to our body so that our body knows how to move and go about. Okay. Then we have yellow, purify your body, the 22, which means now is the hour. We are in 2022 if you're showing up calendarically, and if not, it does not matter. These reads are eternal, and there's something in here for you. It's about that inner glow. It's about the breath of life, that you are still here kicking and breathing. Hopefully not kicking anyone, but I love and kicking. You know, you're still giving it a go. You're still putting your dancing shoes on. Some of you, it's your dancing boots. I like that. Not made for walking on anybody, but made to get your groove on, to get on down. He's on down the road. Ooh, look at the bottom. We have this playfulness, this playful spirit going on in, and that looks very much like you. Taurian energy, big, bold, broad, and beautiful. But what I love is the stars are reaching out to you. That is the hint going on here at the bottom that you may not have seen yet or known. But I love how that card was really vibing with the chakra energy coming on in here. Getting your mind and your body on the same page, Taurus. All right, so underneath the judgment, we have the wise woman of the grove coming on in, the grace. There's this ancient knowing inside of you that maybe you haven't given it the recognition that it could benefit from, giving it the time of day, doing any investing in that area. Like, you would think, I've known all this forever. I've had this intrinsic knowing and this divine nature relationship with nature, but sitting and playing with cards was not my thing. I was one who saw it all around me, and it came forth with a viable message. So this is a new experience. It's very playful and fun, and I love that. And that's what the ancients are doing. They're inviting you into this play, into this engagement. Okay. Now, I am old enough, not as old as dirt, but I am old enough that, oh, pardon me, did that stir you up? Shaking the camera there, that movies used to engage you. They gave you enough to go in on that your mind joined in and filled in the blanks. Like, they didn't show all the sex scene and all that, because I mean, we just weren't watching other people scrub, okay? But it would kind of fade out as it began to give us enough to that we had the knowing of what was going on, and our minds sort of filled in those blanks, and then it would segue into the next scene. Also, with the music and the soundtracks going on, we were having feelings, and we didn't always recognize that music was coming alongside with it. So having a soundtrack to your life that is attractive to you, Taurus. That's what the 49, the wise woman of the grove, is talking about here, is that grace. It's that attractiveness. It's this being led forward, this being drawn forward, but not into a temptation or a lure or a trap, but into your true self, into your true divine man. I absolutely love that. I want to get a little bit of, let's see, we're going to get some of the moon magic oracle going on here, because I see the rays of the sun beginning to light up behind you. That is in your unconscious realm, is what they call it, or your unknown, but it is totally knowable. I want you to know that. And so this idea that you're having, it has several components to it. Tell us a little bit about Taurus's idea. They have a bit of an idea of what's going on here. So let's see what that could be. The key, Chiron, again, okay? You could check out any of the Chiron reads. Chiron is the great healer, not the one who has to continue to be healed in order to heal. It is the great liberation. It is the stepping in the truth of who we are, knowing that we love ourselves, that we trust ourselves, that we are in tune with ourselves, okay? That's where the rhythm and the soundtrack come about, and those dance and boots, right? When you begin to get into the groove, it doesn't matter the dance steps. We're talking about being in tune with the music going on, and that begins to awaken your heart, your earthen heart, not just the emerald heart that you have of wanting this beauty in this life and this Venusian energy, the experience. It steps into the truth. It's coming out of the shadows, the seeds erupting from the dark into the glorious life, more than just the idea, but the actuation of it, okay? Tasting and seeing. So with that, I want to get you a little bit of a pearl going on, and underneath, ooh, Wheel of Fortune is working for you, because when that coin has a hole, you are fortunate. Woman holding a coin, and your cat be looking at you like, can we please get on with this? Can we please get on with our magnificent self? What's down your, he's on down your road. Man holding a heart, man or woman, okay? It's about a counterpart holding it there. but the order and the creativity coming on in, about taking a chance on me. We'll check that out. And then we have patience coming on in. Now this also shows up as the Sagittarian energy, which is Chiron as well. More than patience, it's the process, the processing, the moving through these things, the being in touch with your desires, not just putting them off or putting them away because you don't want to be hurt again. Okay, they're talking about step into that, be bold, be brave, be of action, of simply working through this fog, going through the ideas of what you thought was real or what you thought was you, and getting in touch with it. Put your finger on the pulse. It's just like music. If it's not your style, don't put it in your playlist, okay? You can fast forward, you can click to another station, you can whatever. It's just like when you go to a buffet, you don't put foods on your plate that you don't want, right? They're talking about your preference. This is the processing that Chiron wants to do with you. And that begins to improve your vision. And as you improve your vision, you're not following a bunch of pathways and roadways which have led you to being estranged from yourself and being exhausted and worn out and worn down by life, but getting back into that verb, kind of like that Venusian thing. It's that flow, it's that cosmic, it's that wow. All right, and that brings in the thinking woman, 47, and the sun. Okay, it does away with this dinginess. It does away with things being locked away in mere words, being meaningless, like being ash in your mouth. Okay, it's that those things that we thought would be satisfying that aren't. Like there's this native proverb that says, when you have something about when you've killed the last fish, then how will you eat your money? It's like that, and you're going, it is unsavory, it's unsatisfying. Like, how do we turn that around? How do we bring the saveur? Some of you might have some French connections there. Saveur back into our life. They're talking about season it up. Put a little salt in the bowl. Put a little bit, that salt is bitterness. Don't let the bitterness stay in you. Put it in the dish, cook it up, and serve yourself something fine and delicious. They're saying stop sitting around and holding it in. No more having to just hold it in and sit around with that old energy. I absolutely love that. You have permission to be happy now. Happy is not this elusive thing. Let me tell you, happiness is your cellular nature, our divine nature activated, our DNA. It is our spiritual birthright. And as we begin to breathe, it begins to ignite and enlighten us. Ooh, and your vision be lightened up with that nebula is sparking out and birthing some new stars. Ooh, I see some new dreams on the horizon, and not stuff that's been planted there. It has come forward from the engagement of your heart, of connecting to your truth. Let's see about the sun, and I love it. The sun is coming in under the yellow of purifying your body. Now, we've been taught for a long time the sun is evil, the sun is bad, cover yourself, protect yourself, all that. I'm not talking about sunscreen and what you should or shouldn't do. I'm simply saying the sun is life-giving. We also need to acknowledge that part. That seeing the light with our eyes, being outside, seeing the colors, feeling the fresh air on our face. Get outside and get a little verve, a little vibe. Ten of Swords. That could look painful and awful, that ending, but dare I say, you're not bound. Those are bracelets, okay? So if they're there by choice. They're there as your preference to go, oh, look at my bracelets. Guess how I got these? Like, I went to so-and-so and all I got was this t-shirt. I went out with so-and-so and all I got was this being bound, this being betrayed, this being locked up. And with that, we have the Page of Wands coming on in. Set your dragon spirit loose and free. They talk about breathing with your whole body. When you breathe with your whole body, there aren't any chains that can hold you. Those are things that are attractive to you because you are naked and bare. They're talking about rise up and clothe yourself, cover yourself. The connection that you were seeking may not have done it for you, but I'm telling you what is behind this thrust here is the provision and the covering that is here for you. Could be protection, covering, protection, right? Shoes protect our feet, right? And not to have on all the time. Let's not get into all that, okay? But just like a roof over your head, those sort of things. But they're saying don't just continue in that dwelling. Don't be harbored in there, because that's not your haven. Go out into the world and be invigorated, be enlivened, and begin to feel the pulse and the beat of life moving through your feet. Okay, because there is beauty and provision here for you. Those old things are just going to burn off in the light of the sun. They're just going to be a memory, and they're going to begin to fade. Instead of PAST, keeping you connected, they're going to be PASSED and moved right on by as you continue going on, living and moving into the sun. Look at this solarness going on here. Look at this beauty going on here, okay? This is the power of your connection. This is how powerful your spirit is, the power of your permission. What? To live and be divine and have this juicy life? Yes, please. All right, spirit, step up and help Taurus speak clearly into their spirit and into their soul. Begin to connect in divine. Begin to ask those questions. Okay, I hear this. You know, if this is ringing true to you, I hear this. Okay, self, what would this look like for me? What is a baby step that I can take? What is a mindset that I can change out? How do I get rid of those old bracelets? I really don't want to keep reminding myself of what I deem as a failure. You cannot convince anyone else. You are here to rise and shine and be beautiful. Remember, I am ready to accept and receive miracles beyond what I've ever experienced. No more limitations. Life is here on your side. You've been kissed by a rose. It's time to rise on up out the grave, out the gray, and get out into the sunshine and be divine like you are, Taurus. That's what I love about you more than your emerald heart, your earthen heart, the whole big world. I vote for you. Okay, you can vote for me by clicking that like button down below. Help us rise to the top. You can also check out any of the videos, as you are the whole universe. You're the whole zodiac, and they are eternal and forever, even if they are dated. Let your spirit lead and guide you into your success, into your joy, and into your victory. It makes my world happy and full. You could also leave comments or compliments down below, me, yourself, or someone else. I don't know, but let's get this world grooving. Get it shaking, put your boots on, and do a little dance. I'll make a little noise. Get down tonight, baby. All right, sunshine. Talk soon.